Hey guys, welcome back to day 10 of Vlogmas. In today's video, I'm going to be doing a tier list, but for my travel experience. I'm going to share my travel experience in a tier list. I've only been to like 7-ish locations. Two are inside the country, and then 4 are not. And also, I guess, share my traveling plans for the future. The first one we have is Queensland. Now Queensland, I went there a number of times as a kid, just for random reasons. The theme parks were like a big thing we went to every single time when I would go with my family. I think it's got less and less good. I haven't been there in a while, but from what I remember, it's like declined as I've grown up. I think the theme parks are really expensive now, so I'm not the biggest fan of roller coasters. Queensland, nice beaches and everything, but I think it's gonna have to go in. I think it's gonna have to go in sea, because like either you drive up or you fly up. I've driven up before, like not personally driven up, but I've been in the car while driving up. Very long, very annoying. Yeah. So sea's not bad. It's not bad. Like I would go, but I don't really have any plans in the future to go, like in my mind right now. Now Perth. I do kind of want to go back to Perth. I went to Perth when did I go? I went like year 6, I think, to visit some family over there, and it was quite good. I don't know how long we went for. A week, I think, maybe 2 weeks, and I think we saw like pretty much everything there, and it was pretty good. Highlights were like Rottnest Island. We got photos of quokkas and stuff. I think you could, like, we only did 1 day there, and you could have definitely done more than 1 day there. What we did was we caught, like, there's shuttle buses that go around, like, the whole island, and we were, like, stopping off at each stop and getting off at the beaches. But you could have definitely, like, you can cycle around the place, and yeah, I wanna go back there and definitely do that. On that boat ride, actually, then the morning of that boat ride, I had like 5 passion fruits, and we're sitting on this boat going over, and my brother was like, "Oh, I kind of feel sick," and I was sitting like, so it was like an indoor boat, and I was sitting, or a boat with like indoor bits, and I was sitting on the indoor. Me and my family were sitting indoors, but like I was closest to the window, and then my brother switches with me, and then I throw up all that passion fruit I had just eaten the day before. Well, sorry, the morning of, which was quite fun. We went to like the Lobster Shack, did a couple hikes, Pinnacle place. I don't even know what it's called, but there's a bunch of like rocks that like point up and stuff. There's probably a bunch more I did. It was a while ago, so I don't exactly remember it too well. But Perth overall, I think it was a solid trip. Rottnest Island really carrying. I reckon it's gonna go B, because I would actually go there just for Rottnest Island. I mean, Isaiah have talked about it. Okay, Hong Kong. Now, I went to Hong Kong when I was really young. What was nice about this trip is that I've only got bits and pieces of memory of this trip. But what was nice about it was that my grandma actually got to come, which was pretty fun. I have like memories of her holding me, walking around Hong Kong. Now, the things I remember is we were on a bus, and it was like a double bus, and in between it was like that joiny bit. So like when it turned, this bit was like this. So it was like a joiny bit, which was cool, I guess. I don't think I'd ever seen that. And I think in the middle was like a spinning bit. I've seen them on trams now, but I'd never seen that before. And I don't think they were a thing in Australia, at least back then. We went to Disneyland. That was pretty good. I got some slight memories of that, but not too much. And then I also think I bought a DS from there, and then a game thing that had like 500 games, and that's how I first played Pokemon. So I don't know if I think that's got to be B. I was young, so I don't know like if I would want to go back there. Like I don't actually remember it all. I just remember like I have a couple bits of memory and stuff that I've been told. So I'm gonna put it in B. Like it wasn't terrible, but I just don't know enough. Okay, Singapore. And I used this specific photo because something that I was really excited for was to go to this place, which is like it's a garden thing. I don't know what it's actually called, but it's like this massive garden thing. It's got like these trees and they do cool lights and stuff at night. Anyway, this is a scene for like a Call of Duty game, and I remember seeing that and then being like, "Oh, we're going to Singapore," and finding out that place was at Singapore. I was like, "Oh my goodness, I want to go here," and we went here, and it was really cool. Except I think it was a bit different because there was water in that game, so and there was not like it was flooded or something. I don't know what happened, but also they've got that boat thing where it's like two towers and then there's like a massive boat sitting on top. Well, it's not like a boat, but it's like a boat shape, I guess, and there's like a pool on top, which is in another game called like Block City Wars, I think, a game I used to play on my phone, which was set in like Los Angeles or something. So I don't know why that was in there, but yeah, that was a good um reason or no, something I enjoyed when I was there. Now I went here in year 7 or 8, I think. Year 7, because I think the day I went was the day, it was a Friday, and I'd did a presentation about Japan in school. The way we did this trip was we went to Singapore, and then we went back to, then we went to Indonesia via a boat for a couple of days, stayed in a resort thing, and then went back for a day. We stayed in a 5-star hotel where I slept on a couch, which was actually nice. It was a good couch. I got my own bed, so I was happy with that. We did a lot of walking that day. I don't know how much, but I just remember being so tired one day because we did that much walking. Got to visit some of my dad's old work friends, I think. See how they live. They don't drive in Singapore. I mean, we got taxis everywhere. Like, there's taxis, but most people don't drive. I think I said this in the video already because the registration's so high. So they've got like really good public transport. There was a couple resorts there as well. There's Universal Studios, which cool story about that is we actually opened Universal Studios. I don't even know what that means, but we got to like, I guess the equivalent of like cutting a ribbon and being like the first in the park. And then we got like fast track lines or something, or like, yeah, we got special things. We went on like one of the world's fastest roller coasters. We went on a 4D, 5D transformer thing. That was pretty cool. What else did we get? We went on a Shrek ride. That was fun. I'm trying to think of all the rides we did. I think I tried to do like every ride. I wasn't a huge fan of the 4D. They were kind of scary. 5D thing. We did a movie thing there, I think, as well. We watched Shrek again in like a cinema thing, which was like 5D or 4D. So yeah, that was pretty fun. And then they had a night safari zoo thing where we did the day version. They had like a zoo which had a bunch of different bits onto it. So they had like the day one, which is a normal one, a night safari, and then like a one just for birds maybe. And I think we didn't do the birds one. We were going to, but then we didn't because we got too drained or whatever. But we did the day one and then the night safari, which was pretty cool. And the night safari, since we'd done a whole day of walking, I can't remember if we did it on the same day, but we did a whole day of walking the day safari, or just the zoo, and then the night safari, we drove around on carts. Not that we drove, it was like a train thing, which was pretty cool. So I think this was a pretty good holiday. I'm gonna go A tier. I did enjoy this. I think I've got to put Perth higher because I would actually go there again. I have plans to go there again. Okay, now the next one is Hawaii. Now, just like Hong Kong, I went to Hawaii when I was very young. So I don't remember a lot of it. But I think we're on the main island, whatever that's called. Honolulu, maybe? I know that's one of the places. Yeah, I just remember eating really expensive mango ice cream. And then also we were taking a boat ride. I don't know, for some reason. And I was like, it was like one of those boats where it's built like, it's like maybe a sailboat, because it like goes like this, and then there's like, goes in like that. Like, how do I? So it's got like two little points, and then like a little bit here, and then it's like a kind of like a, there's rails around the whole thing, and then like like a sailboat, I guess. And then like, I think there were like seats on this point, or I was just sitting on the point with my like feet dangling off the edge, and I had Crocs on, and a turtle came up and snatched my Croc off. And I have like memories of like the crewman like trying to get the Croc back. I don't remember if I got it back or not, or maybe it was a thong, a Croc or a thong, but a turtle stole it. Um, in the resort pool, they had turtles, I think, which are pretty cool. And they also got a ukulele, which is very, I don't know where that ukulele is right now, but it had turtles up on it. But that's very cool because another trip I went on, Fiji, uh, for schoolies last year, at the end of last year, I got a guitar because I was like, oh, or a ukulele. It's like a matching one made out of wood. It's pretty cool. So Hawaii, I don't remember Hawaii. I would probably do Hawaii again, but I'm not too like. Now it's hard because with the ones that I was young for, I don't remember them, so I can't say if I like it was great or not. But I'm gonna go ahead of Hong Kong, just because I feel like I would have enjoyed it a little bit more. Okay, the next one is Indonesia. Now the Indonesian trip, as I said before, was the same trip as this Singapore trip, and it was like in the middle. So we were in Singapore for like a week or so, then we went to Indonesia for another week, and then we came back to Singapore for like 1 or 2 days, and then left. Um, and the way we did the Singapore trip is we like on like one of the last days we put like a bunch of stuff on, and so that was when we got smashed and like we're very burnt out. And then we what did we do? We went to Indonesia, which was like a resort island, so it meant we'd had like no work to do, or like we could just chill, which is great. One of the things I wish I could have done was jet skiing. I did not get to do jet skiing, but me and my sister did trapezium, and my sister's like acrobatic, I guess, so she could actually do it. I did not. I just like jumped off, like I hung on like a swing and then jumped off. I say I was proud of myself for that. I can't really remember what else. Another memory is like the Fortnite Battle Pass came out, season 5 or whatever, the one with the floating island, and I was like watching YouTuber Battle Pass reviews and stuff the day it came out. I was so annoyed that I was away for it. Yeah, that was. I don't know if I would specifically go there again, but it was a nice one that I remember. Like, except you couldn't drink the water. And I was like asking my parents, "Oh, can I drink the water?" And then I turned on my tap, and it was a fly out. So I was like, "No." It's gonna rate a bit over Hawaii in terms of I just remember it a bit more. And the reason it's below Singapore is because it was more of a relaxing thing. There wasn't like much sightseeing or anything. And I think I remember Singapore a bit more. And also Singapore had a durian fruit. Now the fruit smells really bad, but it tastes alright. Also, we really struggled, and they had Macca's had the exclusive McFlurry of it, which was not good at all. It tasted alright, but nah, the smell was also terrible. We also really struggled because I'm allergic to nuts to eat food. So it was just like, let's get Macca's because we know that they won't have food in it. And I remember going to this shopping center, and we're like in the food court, and my family's like split up to go get food, and then I go to with my dad to get like noodles or something, and we go to the chef, hey, like, does this have nuts? Like my dad says, hey, does this have nuts? My son can't have nuts, like he'll die. And then the ref's like, no nuts, no nuts. And then the lady like beside him like turns to us and says, no, it's cooked in like peanut oil. And they like didn't even consider that, which was kind of funny. But yeah, I just had Macca's that whole trip just because it was convenient and I knew that it was safe. Okay, Fiji. This is my most recent trip. Yes, my most recent trip. and I think I'm gonna put that in S straight away. It was for schoolies. Now I didn't drink at all, and I didn't really like the rave party, whatever DJ sets they had. But I think it was just like one of the best um, things. You've just finished school. I mean, me and like a 20 other boys did like a boys trip right after we finished school. But this was like a month after school had finished, and it was great. My skin's never been clearer. The water there was so salty. Like you floated a lot. You floated a lot. Doesn't even make sense. The high density of the water, is that what it's called? When there's a lot of salt in the water and buoyancy? The buoyancy was high. Very nice to float on, except it killed your eyes. Like, I remember getting a bunch of... And sunscreen, because I had to put a bunch of sunscreen on. It would always go on my eyes. But we went, like... I think me, Joe, and Isaiah went... And Archer went snorkeling, like, 3 times. And we went on a dolphin safari. Didn't see dolphins at all. Went on, like, another snorkeling session. Didn't see dolphins. And then we went on this thing called, like, Cloud9, which is just, like, this party boat thing. And then we saw dolphins and a sea turtle that, like, came up right up to the boat. But, yeah, I think that was such a great time. It got a bit long to the end. And as someone who didn't like the parties necessarily, it did get a bit long. But it was overall very good. I think I've done Queensland a bit dirty here, but I think I was going to say we need to add more to S tier, but I think this has been my best trip. And then just because me and Isaiah talked about going to Perth again, I'm putting that here. And then Singapore was good. I don't know if I would do it again, maybe, but I think I want to explore new places rather than go back to places I've already been. Okay. So we've already talked about this a bit. Well, I've talked about this a bit. So have some of the other guys. We have like a plan to like visit. We'll go on a bit big-ish holiday every single like long uni break, and the uni break is on right now, but it finishes March, I think. And so we're kind of doing it at like the start of each year. So we weren't in uni at the start of this year. But the start of next year, we're going to New Zealand, which you guys have heard about, which I'm very excited for. We have a bit of a scale, but we realised it was supposed to be for 4 years. So me and Isaiah's degree is 3 years, and then Joel's is 4 years. So we're like, we'll go after that. Now, we find out Archer's is 5 years, I think. Or he'll be done in 5 years. So we're like, okay, well, we'll go in 5 years' time, 4 years now. And we'll go to Europe, and that's going to be like, after a bunch of little trips, we'll do like 3 to 6 months in Europe, like travel all around Europe. But it means that me and Isaiah have like 2 extra years to save up for that, which would be helpful to do that. And I'm very excited for Europe. After this New Zealand trip, the next year, I think we're going to Japan, which should be very fun. And we're going to do like a week and a half. No, I think we're doing a week and a half in Japan, just going around to a bunch of places, and then we're doing half a week snowboarding, or to the snow, which I've never been to. I don't think Joe actually wants to go to that, but I've never been to the snow, but Archer and Isaiah have, so I think that'll be really fun. My first time seeing snow. I'm gonna probably go see snow before then, so I can actually learn how to snowboard. I think that'd be a good idea. The only issue in Australia, it's like the most expensive place to do it. So yeah, that's fun. But yeah, before I go into really good slopes, I'm gonna practice in Australia. Another trip, we want to go on a cruise, I think. That should be fun. I haven't been on a cruise before, I don't think. And then I don't think we have any. Maybe America. If we were like a year older, or our birthdays were all the year before, I would have been keen to go to America for the 2030 World Cup. No, is it the 2030 World Cup? The 2026 World Cup. I turned 21 that year, but later in the year, and the World Cup's usually like in the middle of the year. So, and I'm the oldest in the group, so we would miss out on that, unfortunately. And you have to be in 21 to do a lot of stuff there. So we're like, I don't think we'll go to America then. But yeah, we have like probably a couple more other trips that we're going to do. Maybe like 1 or 2 cruises. We'll see. So yeah, that's my travel experience so far, and it's going to hopefully broaden in the next couple years, and hopefully I'll be able to actually film it and get some really cool videos out of that. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.